Well, last weekend was the Connecticut Antique Machinery Association, as we call it, CAMA, Fall Festival Show. It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I got lots of footage of this place. And I had an exhibit up there with another guy, and I brought 5 Graveleys with me and my 2 engines. I brought the Whitty 2-horse and the Fairbanks Morse Z 2-horse dishpan. For Graveleys, I brought the 1946 Model L. I brought the 59 Li mouse piss tractor. I brought my 57 L, which was the first Graveley I ever had. And I also brought a 61 L, or is it Li, I think. It has a snowplow. You'll see that one. And I brought another one, which was an L8. I think it's a 64 or 65 L8 that has the scoop on the front. And the highlight of this was I brought my gang reel mower set, and I had never actually set this thing up. I got it about 10 years ago, and I had bought a reel mower set from a guy, and it came with the three gangs and a tractor, and it's totally trashed. And this is going back to like 2005, 2006, something like that. And the old Yahoo Gravely Club, I posted a message that said, hey, I'm looking for some reel mowers for a Gravely, and a guy messaged me and told me that he had some and I could come get them for free. Well, that was over 10 years ago. I put them in my shed and I never touched them since. So I finally scrounged out some parts between the one I had and the ones he gave me and was able to set up the gang reels. And I hooked them up to the 46L. And we did a little mowing with it. You'll see that. It was a lot of fun. But CAMA is a great show. For those of you who have never been there, they have a steam locomotive, a narrow gauge Baldwin locomotive that actually was built for coffee plantation, or sorry, sugar cane plantation out in Hawaii. When World War II came, they stopped using the railroad and they used trucks, and they were going to scrap it. And a guy found it and saved it. And then a rich doctor in California owned it and somehow approached CAMA at some point in time and asked him if he could, you know, let them borrow the locomotive on like a long-term borrowing plan, if you will, in exchange for them housing it and taking care of it. And they agreed to that. And a few years ago, the guy offered to sell it to them, and he wanted $400 and something thousand for it. They had a fundraiser and were able to raise 100 and something. And then the guy donated the rest as a charitable donation, which is pretty cool. So you'll see part of the train ride, and there's a gentleman that came on the train and told this story, but unfortunately it's hard to hear him because it was kind of far from the microphone and the camera. And they also have a lot of steam engines, which are humongous old things. And they have a lot of gas engines too, a flea market, a sawmill, the actual tractor show area. But I want to say that there's a lot of guys that I met up there that recognized me from YouTube and came up to me and said hi. So I appreciate all those guys that did that. It was a lot of fun to meet you guys. And some of you guys I've met already. It was nice to see you, like you, John, you know who I'm talking about. But anyways, I hope you enjoy these clips. They'll be in no particular order, and have fun. Well guys, this is awesome. This is my 1957 Model L. Or is it 55? I think it's 55. Anyways, the first Model L I ever got. It was free, of course. And it hasn't been started for 2 years. And there was about a ½ inch of gas in the tank. It never even leaked out. So I took it out with a turkey baster and put some new gas in there, and it started on 2 pulls. Next to it here is my 46L, and that one hadn't been started for 1 year, and that had no gas in it. I gassed it up and it started on 2 pulls. Well, these things are going to the Connecticut Antique Machinery Show tomorrow up in Kent, Connecticut, and I can't wait to bring them there and see all my buddies. This thing sounds awesome, huh?
Hurry up with that video.
Now it's going to stall. So I was walking through the flea market area on Saturday morning, and I said, whoa, what the heck is that thing? It looks like a Gravely. I go over there, and it's a Gravely Westchester, and it came down from upper part of Connecticut, and it was for sale for $500, and I thought it was pretty cool. You don't see Westchesters often, and when you do, they usually have cracked hoods, or they don't run, or they're all busted up. And this thing was mint, man. It ran perfect. Everything was cool about it. So, and he's a fellow Gravely guy too, so it's even better. So here it is. Sounds nice. Had the Fairbanks North up here running for about, I don't know, ½ hour. It's running perfect. Water's boiling good in there. Boiling out all the rust. Got the boiler working good, everything. It's real nice, so I think I'm actually going to shut it off now. It's not really great, but it's running real good. 1927 John Deere Model D. That thing's awesome. Look at that. We got a scale model of a steam tractor here. That's pretty cool. We got out here. What's this little tank engine? That's pretty cool. Let's that thing out. Oh, we got a dish pan, just like mine. Look at that. 1922. Mine's a 1926. That's very similar. 5-horse economy. Look at that. Pretty cool. Art Towns. Nice machine. Those old cats. Those things are awesome. I love those old cats. D6C. D4.
John Deere 70. That's a nice tractor. We got an H next to it too. Look at that. It's a nice little H. Internationals. It's like a Fairbanks. Nice. Big one. Wood saw hooked up to it there. We got over here a Massey Ferguson. A nice machine. Ford 9N. Ferguson TO20. Wow, that's a nice tractor. John Deere crawler dozer. It's for sale. 2 Silver Kings. You don't see those very often. Oh, it's a Plymouth. It's the same, like the same exact thing. It's pretty cool. In New Hampshire, huh? Jacobson Chief. Simplicity Sunstar. Nice.